それでは、じゃあ、プフォルツハイム大学についてなんですけども、プフォルツハイムという地名をあまり聞いたことはないと思うんですけども、シュバルツワルトは皆さんご存知ではないかと思います。黒い森と言われています。プフォルツハイムは、このシュバルツワルトの、北側の端にある大学の都市です。で、MBA プログラムなんですけども、日々急速に変化するビジネスの世界でチャンスを利用し、またリスクを最小限に抑えて、これからの課題に取り組む挑戦をしたいと考えている方にぴったりのプログラムだと思います。私は司会を務めさせていただくドイツ学術交流会東京事務所の大山と申します。今日は東京事務所の来島と一緒に参加させていただきます。では、来島さん、一言どうぞ。
はい。では、東京事務所の来島と申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
はい。そして、本日プレゼンを行ってくださるのは、プフォルツハイム大学のタンニャ・ソロンブリーノさんです。ソロンブリーノさんは、今日ご紹介いただく MBA インターナショナルマネジメントのプログラムコーディネーターです。そしてもうお一方、ヤニーナ・バルターさんもご参加くださいます。バルターさんは MBA インターナショナルマネジメントのアドミッションコーディネーターです。それではお二人に自己紹介をお願いいたしましょう。Now, Ms. Solombrino, Ms. Walter, we have already introduced ourselves and your university and both of you in Japanese. Now I'd like to hand it over to you.
Thank you very much for introducing us and for having us today for this online presentation of our MBA International Management Program here at Pforzheim University. My name is Tanja Solombrino. I'm the program coordinator of the MBA program, and with me is my dear colleague Janina Walter today.
Hello everybody, it's very nice to meet you today. Yes, Tanya said, my name is Janina Walter. I am the admissions coordinator and I'm always there to help, so if there's any questions, always feel free to contact me. Also after this online seminar, always feel free to reach out to me or to Tanya, of course. And yeah, I will be happy to guide you through this presentation. So once we're ready with the presentation, here it is. We'll get started. So yeah, welcome again to the presentation about the MBA program at Pforzheim University. So first of all, where are we located? Pforzheim University is in the middle of the federal state of Baden-Württemberg in southwest Germany. And we're actually very close to the cities of Stuttgart and Karlsruhe. And it's also not far to cities such as Munich or Frankfurt. And also we're very close to the border of France actually, so by train you reach Paris within a few hours, and also through the general railway network or the roads you're also well connected to other parts of Germany and the neighboring countries such as the Netherlands, Austria, etc. Important to know about Pforzheim is also the proximity to the Black Forest region. So this is a really big nature area which is great for any sports activities during the weekends, for skiing during winter, and hiking, biking, etc. during summertime.
Now, to give you a better idea what Pforzheim looks like, we brought along a couple of pictures. As Janina mentioned, we are close to the Black Forest, where you can go for nice hikes and walks. You can take your bike outside. And there's also a couple of impressions of the city center. We have got 3 rivers in the city of Pforzheim, so there's many coffee shops and restaurants along the river banks. You can go for a walk there or sit and enjoy your leisure time. In winter, you can go skiing close by to Pforzheim, and there's a couple of different impressions from city life in Pforzheim, of course. Pforzheim is also called the City of Gold, because since 250 years it is the center of jewelry making in Germany. To go back from a business point of view, we brought along a map for you showing the area between 40 and 80 kilometers surrounding Pforzheim. And you might see that in this area there's many different big companies. It's an economically very strong region where Pforzheim is situated. We have a rather low unemployment rate, and you will find the so-called big players here, such as Siemens, for example, over here, SAP or Bosch, down here close to Stuttgart. Then, of course, the big companies of the automotive industry, like Porsche, for example, or Daimler. But there's also many other companies in our region. They are mid-sized companies, many of them traditional family businesses, and they are the so-called hidden champions, because many of them are global leaders in their respective industry. Those mid-sized companies, together with the big players and the companies from the automotive industry, they are forming the very strong backbone of our economy in the southwest of Germany.
Now let me give you some overview of the history and some facts of Pforzheim University. Pforzheim University was actually founded already in 1877 when the School of Design was founded, and it later got joined by the School of Engineering and our business school. The business school was founded in 1963. Today the business school has around 3,500 students who are taught by 97 professors, and we have around 100 partner universities all around the world. When it comes to internationality, let me also point out that we have around 900 international students from around 70 nations. In total, the Business School Pforzheim today has around 17,000 graduates who come from 14 bachelor programs and 12 master programs. There are 2 MBA programs actually at Pforzheim University. One is a part-time executive MBA program which is taught in German, and then there is our MBA in International Management which is full-time and taught in English. Actually, Pforzheim University was the first German public university allowed to grant an MBA degree. This was in 1996. And very important also is the ASCSB accreditation. So the business school first was accredited in 2011 and it got re-accredited in 2017.
Now on the next slides we will have a closer look at our MBA International Management program, which belongs to the business school here in Pforzheim. Here you will have all about our program at a glance. So our program is open for people with a degree in engineering, for lawyers, physicians, bachelors and liberal arts. So with all different backgrounds, you can study in our MBA program, and of course also when you have a business background. We have 2 different starting possibilities. If you don't have a business background, but maybe an engineering background or any other academic background, then you would go for the 20-month full-time MBA, which is starting every year in the winter semester, which is in October. During this first semester, our students are studying the foundations in business and management. For all those applicants that are having a business background already, they are able to start with a second semester, and they would do a 16-month so-called short track MBA. They join the people that started in the first semester already, and those 16 months usually start in the spring semester in March every year. The course language of our MBA is English. All classes are taught in English language. Our education is based on two pillars. Firstly, it's the general management education, and then we added up a specialization in innovation management, sustainable globalization, and digital transformation. All topics that are very important in nowadays business world, and we want our students to be well prepared for the challenges of the 21st century business world. From the second and the third semester on, our students are able to choose electives in consulting, marketing, and finance and accounting, depending either on their interests, on their backgrounds, or maybe on their future careers. So if they already know in which of those areas they want to work after their graduation, they are able to get all the important knowledge in those by taking those electives. We are offering small class sizes, which is a big plus for our students. We take in a maximum of 25 students per year, which allows a very low student-faculty ratio, and in the same time gives our professors the chance to really care and learn to know every individual student. So they can concentrate on those students and are in very close contact to them. Integrated into our program are German classes on all levels. So no matter whether you don't have any previous knowledge of German at all, or whether you have done some German classes already, we are able to allocate you to a German class. And we want our students to get as fluent in German as possible during their studies, especially if they are planning to stay in Germany and find a job here after their graduation. Our professors are practically very experienced. They are not only holding a PhD, but they have practical experience from the industry. All of them must have worked at least 5 years in the industry in senior management positions or as CEOs, for example. So they bring both in the practical and the theoretical knowledge into our classroom. The tuition fee is quite low compared with other MBA programs. It's 3,950 euros per semester. This has something to do with the fact that our MBA program is part of the Pforzheim University, which is a state university. So our program is partly funded by the state of Baden-Württemberg.
Let me give you an overview of our MBA curriculum and the courses in more detail during the semesters. So as Tanya mentioned, we have 2 intakes. One is in winter, which is for graduates from all fields, and then the other intake is for summer semester starting in March, which is for business graduates only. But let me say that business graduates may also do the full 4-semester program, because this offers a great opportunity to brush up the business foundational knowledge. So In the first semester, we have all foundation courses, such as foundations in accounting and finance, in marketing, in economics, but also some business skills and research methods, for example. Then in the second semester, we have some mandatory courses and our first elective courses. And in the third semester, then there's an even broader choice of elective courses. So students can pick those elective courses which suit their own career goals and interests best. And therefore, we also have a company project in the third semester, which is a student project with an actual company. And this is always a great opportunity to network and improve your career opportunities further. The third semester actually also offers the opportunity to spend the semester at one of our partner universities abroad. So the third semester is an individual semester where students can either do the electives with us or they go abroad and study abroad with another university. Then in the fourth semester, this is when our students write their thesis, and this can be either done about a topic of their own or with a company actually, and usually this would be in combination with an internship. Throughout the program, we offer company experience in the form of guest lectures, company visits, company experiences with companies in the region. And also we have German language courses throughout the program, which is a great opportunity to learn German while you're here in Germany and in our program.
Now, you might ask yourself, what is so special about this MBA program at Pforzheim University? And I'd like to share some more information on that with you. For once, it is the intense cooperation with different companies. As Janina mentioned before, we are going for company visits. We take our students out, we visit companies, we have a chance to see their production area, to talk to people from different areas, to managers, and we always make sure that we also see people from the HR departments of those companies who exactly can tell our students how to best apply for a job, what are the people they are looking for, and like this we are giving our students the opportunity to network with the executives and managers from those companies. Companies we visited in the past, for example, were Puma, Daimler, Trumpf, Microsoft, Accenture, and many more. So from all different industries, we make sure that you are getting in contact with people. Then we do have guest in classroom sessions during each semester. We invite managers, CEOs, senior executives to come to our classroom and tell our students about their own career path, tell them something about their companies they're working with, and of course give them an opportunity to network and ask their own questions, get in contact with them, and also this could be a great door opener for finding a job after graduation. The company projects, as Janina mentioned before, take place in the third semester. Those are real-life projects. During those projects that usually run for 4 months, student groups of 3 to 5 students are working together on one topic for an individual company. They have different presentations, a final presentation, and they learn to put into practice what they have learned in classroom. Many of those findings of our students even get implemented in those companies after finishing those company projects. Another thing that really is special about our program is the cross-cultural experience. This starts already in our classroom. We have students from all over the world. Usually it is between 5 and 10 different nations that gather in our classroom, and that prepares our students quite well for a globalized business world as it is today. Then we do invite guest professors to our classroom. They are teaching business classes, different classes to our students. Our guest professors come from the US, from South Africa or the UK, and they also help to broaden the horizon of our students and give them an idea how business is taught in other countries. In the third semester, you have seen you can also go for a semester abroad, which will give you another opportunity to learn to know another country, another university besides Germany and Pforzheim University. We even do run a double degree program with the university in Lisbon, the Ischede in Portugal, and the University of Wyoming in the US.
Now you might wonder what you gotta do if you would like to apply for our program. So here's an overview of the admission process and the required documents. So first of all, to apply for our MBA, candidates will have to have completed an undergraduate degree on a bachelor level or a comparable degree. And then we require a GMAT or a GRE test. So our expected GMAT score would be 550 points or the equivalent as a GRE score. Then, since our program is all taught in English, it is important that candidates have sufficient knowledge of the English language. And for this, we need to see proof either via the TOEFL or the IELTS test, or if students have already completed a previous study program in English language, we can also accept this as proof of the English language skills. For the TOEFL, we would approximately expect 100 points, and for the IELTS, a score of 7.0 or 7.5 would be ideal. Then very important also is professional work experience. So since the MBA program has a lot of student interaction and classroom discussions, it's important that the students already have some own work experience to look back on, and so they can apply that classroom teachings to their own previous work experiences. And then further documents will be a motivation letter and a short essay on your extracurricular activities. And this essay could cover all volunteer activities, hobbies, sports, or any other interests. Then, after all documents are complete and have been checked, we invite all successful candidates for an interview, which usually is being conducted via Skype or MS Teams. And after the interview, we give feedback within 2 weeks. And then the application deadlines are June 15th for all candidates who still need a visa, or July 31st for the October entry, the winter intake. For summer intake, the deadlines are December 15th if a visa is still needed, or January 31st. And all applications can be made through our website, where there's an online application platform and form.
Now, we have told you lots about our program, all the hard facts about it. This is why we would like to give the stage to our alumni, to some of our previous students that would like to share their experience with our MBA program and tell you what was important for them during the time they studied with us. Kerstin, for example, she is from Germany and she's a project manager in corporate marketing at Bosch today. She said that the internationality of the program was very important for her. She met people from all different countries and from all different backgrounds in one class, in her class, and that prepared her well for her future work in this intercultural environment at Bosch. Yan Hong, for example, who's from China, she is working in e-mobility controlling battery strategy at Daimler AG in Germany today. And she very much enjoyed the cooperative projects with renowned companies because they provided a great experience and an opportunity to get an insight in the management and in the culture of German companies. Gabriela from Mexico, she's a digital marketing manager at SAP today. For her, the academic quality and the accreditation was one of the big pluses in our program. And she did a semester abroad in France in her third semester, and she also praises the great connections with high quality institutions and other universities abroad. Brian from the US, who is a product manager at Flu Corporation in the US today, he liked the intercultural exposure within the classroom in our program and the outstanding academic and professional background of our professors. For Alexandra, who is from Russia and is working as an assistant manager at KPMG in Germany, she thinks that our MBA program is a very good thing if you want to start your career after your graduation, either in Germany or in any other European country. She also praises the support that she has got from our team and our professors during the job hunting days. And last but not least, Kwame from Ghana. He's a learning architect at SAP today in Germany. For him, he says that our program shaped him who he professionally is today. He very much enjoyed the individual attention that was given to him from the professors, and that those things allowed him to develop his professional skills.
Now, towards the end of our presentation, we would like to give a short overview of life in Pforzheim and some information about how to find a job too. First of all, a short list of the housing opportunities. So we provide a housing list to all accepted students before their arrival so that they can start looking for an accommodation already from their home countries. And this list includes student dormitories, which are located close to campus, so it's within an easy walking distance. And there's also other options on the public housing market, and for example living in a shared apartment with other students. For a room in a dormitory, the cost can be estimated with around 220 euros a month. And in general, the overall living costs per month, including rent, are 650 euros a month. But of course, this will always depend on the student's personal spending habits and lifestyle. Very important to know is that the student ID card, which all students receive upon enrollment, is also the public transportation ticket. So all buses within Pforzheim can be used for free, and this also covers some regional trains in the area around Pforzheim between Karlsruhe and Stuttgart. In the first few weeks of the students' arrival in Pforzheim, we and the university organized integration and welcoming events. So for those who don't speak any German at all by the time of the program start, we have a pre-semester German language course on A1 level. So this is an intense 4 weeks course right before the MBA classes. So this would, for winter semester, for example, this would start early in September. Then in the first week of the semester, there's an arrival week with welcoming sessions and guided tours through the campus and the city of Pforzheim, for example. And this is also when the student initiatives introduce themselves. For example, there's Gemini, which is an international student club to connect with other international students. And of course, there's also other student initiatives and sports clubs, for example. And last but not least, we connect all new MBA students with an MBA student from the current batch, so they can also offer support with finding accommodation and other questions when it comes to the first weeks in Pforzheim or the preparations for the time in Pforzheim.
Now, I've seen in the questions already, and as you see, it's not only your question, it's a question that many applicants have. How does it work about finding a job in Germany? Well, we want our students to be well prepared for the German labor market. This is why we offer preparatory classes on how to apply for a job in Germany. That might be a little bit different from what our students are used from their home country. So this is why we want to make sure that you exactly know what German employers are looking for in their applicants. We also run mock interviews when HR people from different companies are coming to campus, and they run those mock interviews so that our students are well prepared and exactly know what kind of questions to expect during a real job interview. We are running a Meet Master Fair and the Campus X Fair. This is when our students can meet with people from different companies. They are coming onto campus. Sometimes it's 60 plus companies coming. They are presenting themselves, and our students have a chance to network with them, to hand in their CVs, to ask about job offers at the moment. So this is also a great possibility for our students to really network with different companies and companies from all different industries. The career breakfast is something like a running dinner, but with the intention to get in close contact with different companies. So there's a company representative at a table, and then a group of students moves from table to table. They can ask questions, they can hand in CVs, and this is also a nice possibility to get in contact. Although we are a full-time MBA program, many of our students do have working student jobs in their semester break, some of them even during the semester, as long as the working hours are flexible. Then they are allowed to work a certain amount of hours a week besides their studies. And this is also a great chance to get a foot into the door, being a door opener for later careers and getting in contact, and most of all, get a little bit of work experience in Germany. Since 2 years, we are running a mentoring program within which we match an alumnus from our program with a current student. And those alumni, they support our students during the studies, but also later on when they are job hunting. They give them very important tips, for example. Sometimes they give them some chores, what they have to do. but they always have an open ear for their mentees. And of course, during the company visits and our alumni meetings that we run every semester, our students are also able to get in contact with former students from our program that support them, that give them important tips, give them an outlook on how they prepared for their applications and what they did for finding their future jobs. At the end, I just wanted to take a chance to present our team to you. There's the program director, Professor Harald Strothmann. He is running our program. And then there's also Professor Markus Oliver Schwab, who is responsible for company contact and projects. Then there's Jochen Ebert. He is the coordinator of international programs. And if you want to spend a semester abroad at one of our partner universities, then he would be the person you need to get in contact with. Sabrina and Heide, they are responsible for our office management, and they are making sure that everything is running smoothly. And then your first point of contact would definitely be Janina, who's here with me today because she's the admissions coordinator and she's the first point of contact for all people who want to apply for our program or who want to have more information about our program. To get in contact with us, you can write to this email down here, or you can also visit our website and find more information on our program under that link over here. So thank you very much for your attention. I would say we will just have a look at your questions now. So whatever comes to your mind, whatever you want to know about our program, please don't hesitate to ask.
So, thank you very much for the interesting presentation, Ms. Solombrina and Ms. Balta. Thank you very much. Now we have many questions now. Can I read them out? First question is, how large is the population in Pforzheim? Is it a big city?
Pforzheim has around 124,000 inhabitants. I would say it is a mid-sized city. Some of our students say that it has exactly the right size. You have enough time to concentrate on your studies without being distracted like you would be in larger cities. But we are nicely situated in the middle of Baden-Württemberg. So big cities like Karlsruhe and Stuttgart, they are half an hour's drive away. So if you really feel to spend a day in the big cities, they are never far away.
The second question is it difficult to work in Germany without German language knowledge? How do you think is German language knowledge is mandatory to work in Germany?
First of all, in general, it's always good to know the language of the country where you live in. So it is definitely recommended to learn German too while studying in the MBA program, because after graduating it is a big advantage to speak German as well, especially if candidates are looking for a job in a certain field or in a certain position. So it is possible to find a job that is working on a general English speaking level, but if it's with German companies that still have a lot of German co-workers, there would be communication sometimes in German language, maybe some informal communication during breaks. which would rather take place in German. So it's always very recommended to learn the German language, and this is why we also have our German language courses incorporated in the study plan. And when it comes to work student jobs, for example, when students don't speak German that well yet, it's usually possible to find a work student job with an international company in the region, which is all working in English. So it is very recommended to learn German, but until then it's also possible to get along with English.
It's very important to know that the German language is very important. Thank you. And third question, can I get support in finding a job in Germany?
Our university has a so-called career center. They are publishing job offers from the industry. Every now and then we get notes from our alumni when their companies are offering open jobs, so that we inform our students. Our students get in contact with so many different companies during their studies with us, so that for them it should be easy to apply with different companies, and of course we tell them how they have to apply and what they need to do. At our career center they can also have their CVs checked, for example, and they give them tips what they can maybe edit to make them look a little bit better for German employers. So those are all important tools that our students can use here at Pforzheim University.
And the next question is, it seems that the networking program is very important. Do you offer advices to present oneself beforehand?
Yeah, Tanya, please go ahead.
During the course of the studies in our MBA program, our students also get classes in soft skills. And one of those soft skills, of course, is how do I present myself to future employers, for example? What are the typical things that are looked for in future managers? So it's not only the hard facts that our students learn about management and business, but it's also those soft skills that we will prepare them for. Now, it's not a certain networking program, but it's part of our core program that we get our students in contact with different companies. Maybe Janina, you want to add up on this?
No, yes, that basically covered it. Thank you.
It is very new information for me. I am always advising the Japanese students, but I didn't know that. Thank you very much for the new information. What kind of work experiences did the student have before they were enrolled in the MBA program?
Actually, this cannot be answered that easily because our students really come from all different industries, from all different previous academic backgrounds. So we have students who come from the field of engineering, but also journalists, teacher, people with a medical background, who studied a subject in the field of arts and humanities. So this can be very diverse, and this is why also we have our business foundation semester in the beginning of the MBA program, so that everybody who has no experience with any business courses so far has an opportunity to catch up and get a business sound business knowledge. And we have students or graduates who used to work, for example, in banking and then switched over to consulting, or we have someone who worked in law who switched to project management after the MBA program. So a lot of students use the program and the experience to either switch their career to a new field or switch their career to a different role after the MBA.
And next question is it possible to live in a student residence, and how much is the monthly rent? I think you answered the question already in your presentation.
Yes, I think that question came before we covered it on our slides. Let me just repeat again to make sure. It's around 220 euros per month to stay in a student dorm, and this is the average for the student dorms in Pforzheim.
Can all the international students get student residence? Or is it?
Yes. Finding accommodation in Pforzheim is comparably easy. So in some German cities it might be a little bit more complicated or take a little bit more time. But in Pforzheim the housing market is quite open and flexible, so all international students are able to find accommodation before they actually come to Pforzheim.
The next question is, do you support students to find a job even after they graduate the university?
As I mentioned before, we stay always in close contact with our graduates, with our students after finishing their studies, and we support them in ways of forwarding emails to them from our alumni, and I think that most of them, they find a job. I would say many of them do already have jobs the moment they are graduating, and most of them have a job after 3 to 6 months after graduating from our program. So that actually goes quite quickly.
Next question is, how many students did apply to your program and how many were admitted to the program?
Okay, so yeah, this question is also not quite easy to answer. It's always a little bit different for each intake. In general, it's like 9 to 10 applicants per available seat. So, for example, for winter semester, we take in around 15 to 17 students. So, yeah, you can guess the application numbers. And for summer semester, usually we take in 5 to 7 students, and then the application numbers would also be a little bit lower because this is for candidates with a business background only. But yeah, it's roughly 9 to 10 applications per available seat.
And next question. What are the special features of your MBA course compared to other business schools in Germany?
I would say number one is that we are really practice-orientated. Pforzheim University is a University of Applied Sciences. In comparison to, I would say, normal universities in Germany, a University of Applied Science is working closely together with the industry. So this is why our professors are also very experienced in their field. So this is a different thing that we really get in contact with the industry. Another thing, of course, is the internationality. Around 85–88% of our students are international. So we prepare them really, really well for a globalized business world. Then we are teaching in international management, but it's not only the normal business courses in management that you would expect. We also add up those very different topics of innovation management, digital transformation, sustainability, which are very important future topics. So we want our students to be well prepared for the future. Another thing, of course, is our accreditation. We are AACSB accredited. Only 11 universities in Germany do have this accreditation by now. And worldwide, it's about 200 different institutions. So we have a high quality level of our program. And I would say these are the main things. As I said, practice-orientated means that we are also in a economically very strong region, and working together with companies allows our students in finding a job, and Pforzheim University is known as a very good educational institution in the region. So our graduates are sought after by the industry.
The last question is, the next question is, sorry for many questions. Are there any Japanese students in your program now?
No worries at all. We're happy to answer your questions today. And yeah, currently actually we don't have any Japanese students in our current batch, and we're still in the application process for the upcoming winter semester. So we don't have any Japanese students yet right now, but maybe this will change after today's seminar. And we've had Japanese students in the past, so we're looking back on 25 years of our program. But yeah, currently, unfortunately, not yet. But we're always happy to bring students, also candidates, in touch with our graduates.
And the last question is, in which form does the lectures take place under the pandemic?
Well, during last year's lockdown, we had to switch completely to online classes. Since we were well prepared, we could do this over a weekend. We moved all in-class lectures to online format. So our students didn't miss out on any lectures. We made sure that they could finish their semester, and this is something we still do. We make sure that they get the whole program, that they learn everything that they should on time. We started the summer semester with an excursion, the winter semester actually, sorry, with an excursion in September last year. Then over Christmas we had to swap again to online classes. So this actually always depends on the current situation, pandemic-wise. Since we are a quite small batch of students, not more than 25 students, we are sometimes even able to meet in classroom because we are not an online program. We would like to meet our students face-to-face on campus. So whatever is possible, we try to do to meet with our students in classroom. We just go to bigger rooms where possible. So we are flexible. Sometimes we are doing hybrid and blended classes. We had the case that some of the students at the beginning of the winter semester didn't have their visas yet. So they only could come in a little bit later, so we made sure that they didn't miss out on any of the classes. So technically, we are well prepared for whatever is coming, but our common goal is to have our students all back on campus, in classroom for all classes.
And that was the last question. Any questions? 質問がまだありましたら、ぜひ書き込んでください。もうないでしょうか。Mr. Mamoru Morita is typing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was very important information also to me. Thank you very much. And
Thank you for
there's
having
no
us.
more questions, then we can close this session. Okay. And
Thank you very much for having us. And as we mentioned before, we are always happy if some more questions are coming up in the future, next couple of days. Please contact us. We can also do Skype calls or any other tool and need there to be able to answer all your questions. Thank you very much for hosting us today.
Thank you very much also from my side.
Thank you very much.